Welcome back to Captain of Industry. My name is Nilaus, and we are continuing our little let's play. And I think this game has really a lot to offer, and I really appreciate all the support for more episodes, please. So keep it up. As long as there is a genuine and continued interest, I will be continuing to do this, both, of course, an interest from you and an interest from me. I'm starting to plan out sort of the next couple of episodes so that we have some things here. And what I want to do today is that, well, last time we were looking very much at the stability of the base, so that we now have sort of very stable. We have power. We have power is up here. We have our iron and copper production. We have concrete production, cement production. We have construction blocks construction, and we have maintenance and all that stuff. So we got all the stuff we kind of need to sort of have the base. The only thing we don't have is a continuous production of rubber, plus our oil production is kind of problematic, I would say, at this point. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to dive deep into the chemical processing plants, and that is super complicated in this game, so that's going to be interesting. But there are a few things we want to do first. Well, let's have a look at it. We need to research synthetic rubber and sulfur processing and gas combustion together with advanced diesel. Those are the ones we need for what we want to build today. So while we do that, I'd actually want to get the ship weapons and ship armor so we can try to do a bit of ship combat and see how that works. So that's basically the two things I want to do today, is to figure out some more exploration with that, and as well some sulfur processing and rubber processing. So we get basically a more advanced oil production facility. Then in the future episodes, if there will be, we'll take a look at the advanced logistics control and steel smelting. So don't even need to mention that. I know they're there, but I need to prioritize things in certain order. What we did here, between sessions, I just added another little build for my iron here. So now we can enable that. What we need to build up a surplus of workers. So that means we need to get more workers. Let's enable this one for a bit. We also can get some upgrades on our here. Let's get those upgraded, and then we can also get our ship sent out into the world and explore some more. I want to be exploring everything I can before I hit these pirates, and then we can get see that we have now researching edicts, and then ship weapons and ship armor, and then we'll upgrade the ship as well. So off with the ship, and then we wait until we have some research ready so we can get started on the next part. So we have evolved our city here. It's now a city and not a container part. We have over here, we have now options to build guns to the front. Proceed to modification, yes please. And guns to the rear, sure. What happens? Nothing. I can't click that. Why not? Oh, hold on. Can I? That's weird. Ah, okay. I have to do all of it. And no fuel tank. No ship bridge. No replace part. So now I need 880 iron coming in. That's kind of a lot. And we also got synthetic rubber because we have way too many of these working. I think I'll knock 2 of these out. So what I want to do while we get the ship up and running, then I have built, here we got one unity because we had food. Now, as we have upgraded this to a city, settlement level 2, housing level 2, then we can actually also give them water and electricity. Electricity is super simple. We just put in here and then it consumes quite a lot of power, but hey, we get more unities, so we can spam that. The other part is water. So we should try to get some water in and some wastewater out. That will be a housing service. I want to do a water plant, and I think I want to do it here. And then I prepared a bit so that we can... Well, that's kind of almost... It's really close. There. So that means it goes from this one, which hopefully will have water. The thing is, this water is pumping 48. 48 is actually what is needed here. This is need 24 per month. And that's exactly what it is getting here. This is 48 per 60 seconds, and 1 month is 60 seconds, or 60 units. Oops, I will need to unlock this part. But the thing is, well, we know that humans are also producing sewage water, so that's lovely. So let's do whatever we do with that. We just pour it in the water, because then that's not our problem anymore. Yep, that's how the world works, isn't it? And I'm just going to drag it straight over here. at level 1, but then you can't cross it. I know. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oops. Maybe I'll take that out and just go to here. And then do a liquid dump here. Looking good. The ship will probably bump into it, but that's okay. And then I will do a ramp. Where the hell's that ramp thing? I know there's a ramp somewhere. There's a ramp. There, we want to use that for some things as here as well, because why not? And there. Basically allowing them to go over this ramp if they want to go this way. And that will take care of this. Once we get it, then we should see the water coming up here. We have now more. And we have lots and lots of this. Is it built? It is not built. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's gonna take a while. Oh, what are you going? Oh, they are problematic. What are they problematic for? I wonder what they. Where do you want to go? Oh, right. What? Why? Why? Why do you want to go there? Cannot pick up. But you shouldn't pick up. Oh no. Oh, right. That's an old legacy thing we built when we were in our early stages. So when you set it to auto, then it will allow vehicles to... When it's set to auto, it'll allow vehicles until you have a belt output and input. So that's the way that auto works. So if you set it to on, then they still want to come over here. This is somehow not fast enough. If we look at it, this is 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12. That's 48, and this belt should be able to carry 60. So I don't know why this is stockpiled. Maybe, oh, right, I don't know. Seems weird. Oh, right, this one is also not working. So that has to be done as well. Redone. Here. That is pretty obvious. It's not going to be working because I don't have enough here. And that will go all the way to this location. And then it'll go in here. These... I'm not sure I like having defaulting it with the planning mode. Sometimes like this, I don't want it, but we're going to do it for some places. That is good. Let's get this out of the way. And I will get this built. Yeah. And I want to make it consistent. That one goes to this location, to that location, and then in. And then we will unpause it. And it's good. That's not what I wanted. Right, because each of these will require 27. 27 plus 27. That's pretty much all the belt can take. So I need 2 belts outbound here in order to keep feeding it. This is still weird that... Okay, now it has been able to put everything out. And let's have a look at our ship. Oh, right. This one did not build at all. So let's do that. And then go out of that. And that was ship modifications are done. Due to lack of water. And let's see. Okay, so now we need a lot more crew as well. So we're down to 19 crew. We might need more water as well, or more food as well to keep it going. So let's, we now have a more durable ship, but we're not going to go fight anything yet. We're going to go out here and explore. And if we just happen to find some pirates, then we might actually do something. Somehow this one got no water, and that makes no sense. How do we not have water in this place? Well, I think I have a theory at least. Oops. Okay, so that's important. Make sure that you actually hook it up. Right, let's see, what do we now need? We need to see when that comes in. We need to see this one working. Is it working? We have electricity. We do not have water yet. Why not? Oh, the wastewater hasn't been taken care of. Is it not connected? No connection. Huh? Oh, right. Well, never mind. And do we want this one to be done? Quick deliver, so we can see that it also actually is working. Oh, and it quick deliver doesn't undo that part. And as that gets done, we should see this one actually getting rid of something. Yes. Juicy sludge water. Just pour it in the ocean. Then we have everything solved. Look at that. Everything is good. 4.5 food and utility here. Great. Let's wait. We are also now getting the gas combustion and all that stuff ready. So when we have that ready, then we can start making our very complicated and yeah, very complicated build. But that should be good. We could also just start dialing back this one because we don't need as many here. We want to make sure that we have enough workers for all the stuff we want to do. And then we have our exploration. Let's see if this one finds anything. Yo, look at that. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, look at that. It's getting shot up. Ah, yeah. We're killing pirates. Amazing. Hurrah. Oh, discovered a sulfur mine. That's nice. 200. That's kind of expensive. That's good. That's really good. We can't go over there. All right. That was excellent. We killed our first pirates. Sweet. And found a sulfur mine as a bonus for that. Cool. So we need to go back, need to repair the ship, get it out again. I think that one of the things we want is probably get extra storage here. And that will be iron and there as well. I don't think this one should then be like this. Basically, I just want more iron, and that's the gas combustion. And we can now do more research, which will just quietly go in here. We can do pipes, and then we can do sour water recovery. Yeah, we can do that. Mechanical power storage, and we can get the steel and these two. These will be for later on, but we're not going to be using that right now. New refugees, and I think that's time for us to end that one because we now have 51 workers available, and it is time for us to start doing some design work. So let's get started on the design work. We have now all the things we want, and we're going to start here. So basically what we did first was taking 36 crude oil and make it plus 12 coal and make it into 24 diesel and 12 waste and 12 more waste. So that's pretty bad. We want to get into a position where we do not have any of that waste that pours into the ocean, but we also have a higher utilization of crude oil into diesel, which we'll use for lots and lots of things. So that should be good. Now, I'm building it up here because I have some space and I have some water underground, and we're going to need some water for some steam process. What I want to do is, well, let's start designing it. It's going to be a bit tricky here, but we'll give it a shot. I'm going to start with this process, this distillation phase 1. And I think I'm going to build it over on this side, and then you can see how many inputs and outputs. It has oil coming in from the right-hand side. The reason I'm doing right-hand side is because I have my oil down here. So if I can just link it up here and then get it maybe in here, that would be a good location. Also, is this underwater? Yeah, it's under the water. Good. Good. So we'll build it here. So now we need oil inbound. That's going to be like, that's just a stable thing that we want inbound. We need steam inbound. We get sour water outbound. We get medium thing and heavy oil. Right. So that's all the things we have here. Then we take it into a stage 2, which then handily this produces 24 medium oil, and this is consuming 24 medium oil, so that's good. I will do 1, 2, and 3. There. So now this one, that means from this process, we've now consumed all the medium oil. That's good. And we're now turning it into diesel, which is not really what we want, and also light oil. Also needs more steam. Luckily for the steam, you can press T here to get all the overlays up and up again. So the next process is taking the light oil and converting that into naphtha, for example. Well, not for example, but actually it is. And again, we'll do the kissing part and then the 1, 2, and 3 step. So now we have at this point taken crude oil and reduced it to 12 naphtha. But we also have like fuel gas, and we have, well, other stuff. Do we, by the way, let me just check. Yeah, we do have the air separator. Good. We do have that. So far, so good. Now, what do we need to do with this? Well, the naphtha here is what we want to use for the rubber. There is a rubber maker here. And let's look at the recipe. So there are a couple of recipes that I want to use. I actually don't want to use the diesel recipes. The diesel recipes, they might be perfectly fine, but I'd rather have the diesel for all of our trucks. So we use the lighter, the naphtha, because we can't use naphtha for anything else at this point, at least. So plus the sulfur or plus coal. And I want to use sulfur first because we are going to generate some sulfur as well. This one, I'm not going to build it right here, but the idea is that we'll build it somewhere over here. And we'll actually have two, because one of them will work on this process and the other one will work on that process. Basically, I'll work on this process for all the sulfur I have. And then any residual will be using the coal base. That's the plan. So I use as little as possible coal for this setup here. Now, the next thing we really want is this one has some... What do you have? You have some diesel outbound and some light outbound. Outbound is taken care of. If I do here, then I am... No, it's this one. It's the sour water we need to get rid of. Okay, so sour water, we need to figure out how to deal with the sour water. Sour water stripper. Okay. I don't know what to say. A sour water stripper. And I want that somewhere here. I don't exactly know where, but we'll try to put it here. You can see this one has sulfur outbound. That's good. And it has... there's a different recipe that we'll probably get later on, which also has water outbound, but we don't have that. And we have some ammonia. At this moment, I don't want to use ammonia for anything. It's too complicated for us. So this will go in here. And then I also need some steam as well to go into this one. So right now we are really in need of more steam, or at least not more steam, but any steam. Hold on, this one I know exactly where it should be, don't I? I can... There. It should be flush 1, 2, 3. Is that really enough space? Let's try it. Let me take this out. And I want to be doing this design process. So what I need now is I have some heavy oil that I don't need for anything. What could we use the heavy oil for? We could use the heavy oil to make a gas boiler. And the gas boiler, if we look at it, it has a recipe that takes 36 of the heavy oil and makes some lots of steam. So that's good. Let's do that. And that will put out steam somewhere. It needs to go into the first one. So let's make it... If there are 3 distances here between, then it has to be the middle one. Yes. Okay, so let's start using some pipes and see if we can get that done. We'll do a direct pipe here. Then I'll do a direct pipe in here. Then I will do a direct pipe in... Oops. There. Then I am going to need a pipe that goes above and into that one. And now we might think, is that even going to be enough? I don't know. Well, I do know. This one is also going to be a straight line out, because this is where I get the oil inbound. So let's remember that. Then I'm going to take this part and just link it in here. And then we're going to get some water. Now let's see. This one, if this is operating at 100%, then it will produce 12 heavy oil. 12 heavy oil here. We'll take all of the other ones out so there's no confusion. 12 heavy oil means that I can only do 1/3 of this. That means I will consume 16 water and produce 16 steam. So 16 steam. Hold on. I definitely need a smokestack here to get rid of that. That means that... No! The horror. Why is that actually not the case? Huh. That's bad. So I really wanted to move everything just down this here one further down, I guess. And now I have room for it. There. So this smokestack will take care of my residuals here from the exhaust. Now what I was saying was that I have here, I'm producing 16 steam. So let's keep in mind with 16 steam. This one is consuming 6 steam. Plus 3, that's 9. Plus 3, that's 12. Plus 6, oh no, but this one is actually consuming 24 sour water. But it's only getting 12. So this is going to run at half speed. That means it's consuming another 3. That means I'm producing 16 and all of this is consuming 15. I'm good. So that's excellent. Now, moving forward. So what we have now, this one is outputting sulfur and ammonia. Let's get rid of the ammonia with a flare stack. Should be possible to jam it in here. I know you're going to be there. You have to get in there. Why not? So I guess I just move this one a bit more again. Okay, well that's okay. It's okay, it's okay, no problem. And this, so it wasn't, I thought it was 3 distance, but it's actually 5 distance between these two. So the distance between this one and this one is actually 5, as we can now see, from here to here. And I'm going to go through slowly on these kind of design parts, because if you want to build it the same way, there are no blueprints. So if you want to build it, you have to sort of meticulously watch what I'm doing, should you watch to something like this. So this will now take care of the ammonia, and I'll just vent it because I don't care about it. And we will then also have right here, right, this teeny tiny little location, we will have some sulfur coming out. Ta-da! And I can get it out here. Let's get it out there and then figure out what to do with it next. Now this sulfur could go into here. So let's build that somewhere. It has to come into the back side of that. How close can I make it? I can make it like this. Sure. And then I will connect here. So now we have, for this one, I will be enabling the naphtha plus sulfur build. So this will, since I'm only getting half of this, I'm only getting 3 sulfur per minute. And 3 sulfur per minute is half of this one. So I'm going to consume 4.5 naphtha as well. That means I need to be able to have a pipe balancer set up there. And then get my outputs where I get 12 output per minute, not never seconds. And then take it into this one, which will then be prioritized. You can see right here. No, you can't. But there's an X and an O on this one. And I think the X is the one to the left. And then I prioritize outgoing products to X. There. And that means I prioritize in here so that it consumes the naphtha first here. So it consumes the sulfur. So I never have the sulfur breaking. And then I will also get the other one. That's actually, I don't need that. I can take you. And then I want that to go like this. See, that's not great. But what if I flip it? Like this part. Now that's not bad. Here. Because what I've actually done now is having... I'm going to have a storage now. The storage for... There. This will be the storage for the rubber. Because what we've now done is we made it so that there is a nice clean line here. I mean, I can't just get it straight in here. That's fine. And this one will be our rubber storage, which is the whole point of building this, is that we have a nice juicy place to build rubber. And what do we need inbound here? So this one is now going to use the coal one, and that just means the only thing it needs is a coal storage that we can then have to bring in. Loose storage. Coal storage goes in. Get it to coal storage. Get it halfway up. So it works. And this is also a good opportunity to set up an alert. Notify me if it's empty. Because this one should never be empty, because this is our process for making fuel. So let's not have that empty. All right. So what we have done now is we have done the process. We've done the straightforward process here, the refinement process, which then goes over to rubber. But we do have some residual products. If you look at it, what we still have left is some fuel gas and some diesel. And I want to use the diesel, but I also want to make sure that the fuel gas is used for something useful. So what I want is, I want actually these to be, I don't know, somewhere out here. I don't know if this is the right place, but so this will go from here and in here. But I also need something else, and that something else is a way to make the fuel gas into here. There you go. Fuel gas in with oxygen becomes fuel plus CO2. Great. That will be outbound. That looks good. And then I can align it towards here. And then I actually want to go a bit closer. I want to see if I can build it at this point. The only distinction is that I must be able to have room for this. Perfect. Because I want to be able to vent the carbon dioxide. That means this is a bit too close. This is a bit too close. This is a bit too close. And then I'll get another liquid storage here. That's perfect. And you know what? Let's build 2 of those. And make sure that these are flagged as diesel. And this one won't be empty as much as possible. This one should be diesel. But since it's the first one, I don't want it flagged as empty. I'm going to get pipes from here, in there, from there, in there. That's sweet. And this one goes straight in. All we need now is oil inbound and some split gas. So we need an air separator. Air separator simply makes oxygen and nitrogen in a 1-to-1 ratio. Can I jam this in here? I absolutely must. So that means the whole thing has to be shifted over by a tiny bit as well. See, I put them down here because then I don't have to find them in the menu anyway. There, and oops, delete, 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 and delete, and delete, and we build again. So that gets connected. What? No way. Okay, their way. These are connected, and I will then have a smokestack. Where is it? There. And do I also need a smokestack on this one? Can I just smokestack? Yeah, I can smokestack the nitrogen. And then we get back to our storage. That one, and I'll take 2 of those. Again, flag it to diesel. Flag the other one to diesel. And try to empty it. Because I'd rather have the diesel stored anywhere else. And if I look at this magnificent thing, what we now have is, if we get oil inbound here, then we get rubber out here, we get diesel out here, and we get coal in here. However, this is not actually working, but you know, let's get it all built there. And what I did in advance was also make sure that I have a nice big storage of all of these. So we should be seeing everything come in pretty damn quickly over here. Now, let me explain one of the problems with this build. The problem is this one requires heavy oil in order to make steam. The steam is needed in order to make heavy oil. That means at this point, it's not going to work. So what I need to do is actually make a little starter to kickstart it, and then we can always get it out afterwards. It's kind of it's kind of annoying, but that's just the way it is. So I'm gonna build it here. This is gonna be 100% temporary, and it's just for starting up. This is going to need water, and it's going to need coal inbound as well. So I'm going to get water from this one. Oh yeah, we didn't get the water. That is groundwater pump. That's the only thing we were missing. There. Interesting. I think I'll do that because this is a temporary build anyway, this part. So once we get the temporary build, then we can start flagging these as well. That's the smokestack. That's kind of useful. That's kind of useful. I'll take the temporary parts first, because once that one is starting to produce some coal, you're making water. Water goes into this one. I hope we can see it flowing. Goes water in. This one. I'm going to need some coal as well. Just get me some coal in there as fast. Then we can get some steam in here once. What? Oh, that's an upgrade to that one. Now, obviously, a lot of this isn't really going to work just yet. But it will. Here, there's the coal. And now we produce a bit of steam. We don't need to produce a lot of steam. We just need to get it going. And actually, I think we're good at this point. So let me take that one out already. It was a very short stay. And okay, it's already being deconstructed. We have so many trucks. And then it gets replaced into the right one. And there will be some parts that probably can't be built because they're sort of stuck in the middle. So keep in mind that it looks like it actually got everything built quite successfully. This one could be a problem, so just quick deliver that. This one as well could be a problem, so quick deliver. I think all the other things can be delivered. So what we have now is nothing is obviously working yet, but we have... Seriously? You're producing water. Where's that steam going? Okay, it's here. And this one, I'll just toggle the direction so that it actually flows out here. You can see there's some steam moving at this location. There's also some steam moving in here. Actually, I don't want it in there. That's the worst place. I wanted it in here so that it goes into... prioritized. We can't do that yet. Okay, so we've run out of things to do yet. What I want to do then is I want to take the oil and replacing all of this oil in here is kind of risky, but I think I can do it. Okay, so that won't allow me to do that here, but it'll allow me to do it from, well, let's say from here to here, and then I'll just make a line at this point. Now the question becomes, do I want it to make it at ground level or do I want to get it up? No, I'll want to build it up to 2 and then drag it all the way here. Let's do that and get everything else up and running. And here we are. Our finished power plant is done and it's ready to get some oil inbound. So let's make some oil. What we're having here is just this one being produced, so that's venting here everywhere. What I need to do is go back to our oil and, let's have a look. This one here is taking crude oil 24 per minute. 24 per minute is actually only 2 of these. So let's build this one. This is building 12 per minute and this is building 12 per minute. So that comes in 24 on this pipe. It's already slowly filling up, but it takes a while for it to fill up, and only when the pipe is full does it sort of go into the next pipe segment, which I really like that idea, that this one has to fill up the pipe segment and then it fills up. I have left this one in here because it has 12 steam storage. So if for whatever reason, also make sure that this one gets turned. If for whatever reason we're missing a bit of steam, we shouldn't. And let's have a look at how it works. We're just going to monitor a cycle of this. There we get the sour water goes into here. You can see the sour water is coming in. But there's another sour water recovery here where we also recover water, but we don't want to do that. We don't need to do that, at least. So here we get the sour water. Yes, sour water is now coming in. 2 cycles of the first refined distillation process, and then we can get 1 cycle of the sour water stripper there, and then we get 3 chunks of sulfur coming in. That's not going to start anything at this point. Let's have a look at this. This is prioritizing the X. Prioritize outgoing products from port marked X. This is something I absolutely love. This is such a developer way of doing this. Like, I can prioritize input from X. I can prioritize export for X. And then instead of having prioritize X, Y, Z, instead of having like not a radio button, but like 3 options like prioritize left, right, and not prioritize, like Factorio does. This one has opted for prioritize inbound, prioritize X outbound, and then this one here flips the X and the Y and the O. That's brilliant. It's so silly. I love it. Look at that. It flips the X and the O up here. It is so silly. Definitely not an intuitive way to do it, but definitely a developer who went like, I can do this with less radio buttons, so I'm gonna do that. Well done. Love it. I don't even want to change it because it's sufficiently silly. So we have rubber coming in, and we can see this one when it gets a little batch of 3, then it comes in here, but then it needs 2 batches of 3, and it does that every 2 cycles of this process. And now it goes in. Yay! Let's see it here. Okay, it's actually okay. And off it goes, getting a bit more rubber in here, and that means we now have a rubber plant. So now you might be wondering, what is this actually doing? Like, what is the net rate? So what I'm going to do now is, well, you can look at this, and then I will also show you on screen. Here is the calculation of what all the inbounds and outbounds are. As you can see, then we have I've marked them up as the utilization, how fast they're running, the different kind of process it is, and then of course just summarizing the inputs and outputs. And on the top line here we can see what the inputs and outputs is actually summarized as. So basically the overall thing, if we treat the whole thing as one utility, then it's 24 crude oil inbound. It is net of 1 steam, which I just ignore the fact that there's 1 steam too much. Maybe you don't want to do that. I take 7.5 coal per minute, and then I produce 30 diesel, and then 4 rubber. And then of course I have 32 waste that I'm just venting and doing. So back to the game. I'm pretty happy with this build, and there are no blueprints yet. So if you want to build a nice little thing here, this means now we're getting 24 oil into 30 diesel. If I looked at this one here, it's 36 oil into 24 diesel. So I'm using more crude oil for less diesel. That's interesting, I think. What I also want to do is I want to also make another plant up here so that I can use this as a fueling as well. I think I want to leave just a bit of space just in case. Here. That one, and I will be doing these. And I'll assign a couple of trucks to this one. So these ones really want to empty, but if they don't have anywhere to empty, then, well, it doesn't matter. But over here, we now have some trucks that will be allocated to make sure that everything else is fueled. And this one is no longer needed. I am really happy about this little design. So what we have done now, we've gone out and killed some pirates. We can actually send them out and kill some more pirates. Let's see if we can get to, well, let's do that one. That's kind of the one ship with 100 battle score. We have no idea what battle score means, but we have more than 100 battle score. We're sure of that. So we'll just send it out there to kill some pirates, just to get that. So what I want to show today is upgrading the ship to be a combat ship, getting out there and exploring and killing some pirates, and doing a really cool design for our chemical plant, which is really nice. So in the next episode, if you make sure that you hit the like button, of course, and if you subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff, so I can see that I'm not just doing this for my own sake, but also that someone's actually enjoying it. So that was my call to action. Then I'll be looking at steel smelting and advanced logistics. So that will be some more interesting things in the upcoming episodes if we do that. So I hope that you are enjoying this so far. I'm just going to do this. And if you are, well, that's what I've said. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and then we will be back. And of course I'll be doing a few episodes of this, and then once the game actually comes out on Steam in March, we will of course be playing it way more than this. Let's see the ship here. Where is the ship? It is on the move. It's coming out there and it's coming up. Let's see and just fight those pirates as our goodbye for now. Look at this beautiful base, and that should be pretty easy. We have 26 DPS, 26 DPS, and this one has 126 DPS. So we're shooting twice as much. That's fine. Perfect. And our shipment has discovered a sawmill, plus 12 population. Sawmill is nice, I guess. I would imagine. Cool. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, take care. And as always, stay effective.